Okay, let's light our candles together. Great Mother, we come to you with open hearts, open minds, and open arms. We are excited for the privilege of joining together as a sisterhood. And we welcome in your grace. We welcome in the energy of healing. We welcome in the energy of love and abundance. For this and so very much more, we are so very grateful. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So let's light. So go on ahead and light now. And as I said, this is the Cancer new moon energy. And this energy coming, especially coming, right out of the summer solstice, this activated, alive time, meeting with this watery, emotional energy, where maybe your heart feels extra tender and everything feels maybe a little bit more sensitive than it normally would. I thought that this was a very powerful time for us as a circle of healers, of givers, of teachers to use our energy in the service of peace today, to use our energy in the service of the world that we want to create around us, to use our energy today to put forward and weave, stitch, create the life that we would have for ourselves, the ideal lives that we would have for ourselves and our children, but extending that energy outward for the energy of the children in the world, the energy of the people in the world, the energy of peace and love and well-being. Peace and love and well-being. And a beautiful side effect of that, which is not why we're doing this at all, but a beautiful side effect of that is as within, so without. So by putting forward the energy of peace and creating peace and love for others, becoming the peace that we wish to see, you're also extending that energy of grace, healing, and peace to yourself, your own loved ones as well. And so let's begin by, I want you to type into the comments what you have brought for our energetic altar. And all that that means is that if we were together and in person, we would put things on a joint altar. So energetically, whatever you are bringing forward as an offering for us, please type that into the comments. I have brought our Faces of Oshun Oracle deck for us as a circle. So I'm going to pull a card for us right now. And then let us move forward in the energy of peace, in the energy of love, in the energy of healing and well-being. So actually, let's have Goddess Afriye, if you will. Can you please assist me in pulling a card for us right now? I feel like we should pull maybe two cards, but let's see what the divine has in mind. So let's begin with one. So if you will, Goddess Afriye, wait, let me just do a little clearing. Okay, happy new moon, Goddess. So you please tell me when.
When?
Okay. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. We have Oshun of correspondence, communication, listening, conflict resolution. Okay, let's before we write that down, let's pull another. I do feel like yes, it is a two card expression. So let me know when.
When?
Okay, sorry, between the pile, so I'll end up pulling two more. Balance it here. Okay. The two of the same card because I read with the double decks. I have two decks together.
Oh, sure.
This is an
Oh, wow.
this is an insistent message for us.
Yeah.
And then the other is Oshun's cleansing rain, number 13, emotional release, healing, and renewal. If there was a card for the energy of new moon in Cancer, it would absolutely be this one, Oshun's cleansing rain, emotional release, healing, and renewal. And then the double message here of Oshun of correspondence. Correspondence is a universal law. If you get this book, The Divine Frequency, you can read the chapter. Let's assume that the assignment is to read the chapter and learn about the law of correspondence. I'll find the exact page for you in a bit in the book, The Divine Frequency. The law of correspondence corresponds with this card, Oshun of correspondence. Number 30, communication, listening, and conflict resolution. So there may be communication issues that are arising in your family, in your work, in your situation, whatever it is. Remembering that communication is also listening. I love when we get the same two of the same card. It's like, okay, we get it. We get it. Okay, so let me put these to the side. And I want to talk some more about peace and what it means to, if we're talking about praying for peace. So I had a beautiful experience when I was in Belize a couple of years ago at one of the retreats that I was leading in Belize, uh, of working with an indigenous teacher there, a group of indigenous teachers, the Mayan people in southern Belize. And they had been dealing with a drought, and they brought together their own people in their tribe, along with all of us who had come to the retreat to learn from their teachers. And we did this beautiful circle to pray for rain. And they made it very clear that the ritual that we were doing together was not a prayer for rain, in the way that we in a lot of Western culture have interpreted, doing ritual and spellcraft and all of that. It was more the belief and the way that I've seen in indigenous indigenous African cultures and indigenous Native peoples cultures, where you are not praying for something, you are praying rain. So there's no gap. So it's not praying for rain. It's not, we're going to, they made it very clear for us as they taught us this ritual, this healing before we did this work together, that we were not praying for rain. We were praying rain. And one of the ways that the teacher explained it to us, this beautiful chief, Mayan chief who we were working with, he said that it wasn't, it's, if you think of it as you're not, if a healer is going to heal a person's body, right, and you're going to work on a person's body to heal them, that is one thing, to heal them of their ailment. A higher level than that is to make it so that the ailment has never been in the body to begin with. You see the difference? So you can go in and work on healing them of the ailment. An elevated level is to remove the idea that the ailment is even possible in the body, in the consciousness. And it's the same level of, that's the same level of intention as if you're going to get together as a circle that we did and pray for rain. In the Western consciousness, we're going to pray. We thought, okay, we're going to go and work with this beautiful Mayan circle to help the community to pray for rain. And they made it very clear, no, it's not a gap. We're not acknowledging a separation. We are praying rain. We are embodying the energy of rain. We are not acknowledging the idea that there is a deficit of rain. There's no gap, the gap of pray for rain. It was praying the acknowledgement, the gratitude, the existence of the fact that Yes, of course, there is rain. And so we got together in this beautiful sacred clearing. Um, we got together. It's gonna make me cry because they had it rained before our retreat was over and we left Belize. It was getting together and being grateful for and exalting rain. And we danced in the rain. He had us dance in the rain, although there was none that was falling from the sky. We did a rain dance together and dancing and enjoying, the rain and feeling the coolness of the rain over our bodies, even though we were standing in Belize, in southern Belize, near the equator and whatever heat, whatever the temperature must have been with mosquitoes and all of those kinds of things. We were in a jungle, but we were not acknowledging that. We were acknowledging the fact that we were in the rain together and seeing and enjoying the fruits of that rain, enjoying the fruits and the feeling, the same way that, for those of you who are familiar with the book Before, From Imagination to Reality, the you are in Barbados idea that it's not, well, I'm going to pray for rain. No, we're praying rain. We are in the rain. We are excited. And it was such a beautiful and replenishing, experience to feel the rain on us, feel that experience. And so together today, that is what our intention is as we welcome in the energy of peace, as we focus on peace for our families and our loved ones, of course, but for the world, the energy of peace, the kind of world that we want to live in, the kind of world that we want to leave behind, the kind of world that we want to experience. And so when we either in this circle today or afterward and in your life, when we think about peace, then the lesson is from these beautiful Mayan teachers that I'm honored to have been able to work with, is that it's not the gap of praying for peace that's acknowledging the gap, that's acknowledging the issue. That's, what we usually do, praying for a ceasefire, praying for them to stop doing the things that they're doing now. It's praying and acknowledging that all of that is an illusion, basically, and bringing them back to the set point of just that we are that our natural state is peace. The same way that, if you are, living in a Mayan jungle, your natural state is to have rain that can, take care of your crops and nourish your community. And the same way that, if you are wanting or needing love or money or, what a house or clothing or whatever it is, that it's not the energy of trying to heal the wound that a person has. It's that the wound has never existed. It's that the fight, the war, the whatever it is, we do not acknowledge that. That does not exist in the house of God or whatever terminology you want. The house of love, the house of well-being, the house of the answers. It does not, we are not acknowledging that. We are not taking that on. Okay? And so each and every one of us who are here today has an important piece of that puzzle, an important piece of that reclamation, that we are reclaiming the beauty of this world for ourselves, for our loved ones, for people who will never know our names. That is our purpose today. So let's begin by just talking about then what peace means to you. Because every single thing that we want, presumably peace is on the other side of that. So if you want a family, it's because you want the peace of, you feel like that's going to bring you freedom and peace of mind and joy and happiness and all of those things. If you are wanting a successful business, You're not doing it, you're not wanting anything that's going to make you feel unease, right? So let's begin then just actually then by defining peace. So Marta the medium, you are on the front of my screen. So let's talk to Marta the medium and then Goddess Deborah,
Okay.
who would come in
Well,
first.
first of all, I have to acknowledge the candle I've been using, lavender with the name Peace. No,
Oh,
nothing, no surprises here. I haven't slept for the
beautiful.
last 5 days. Energy's been very intense, and I know there are, in terms of the worldly events. Well, peace for me is the warmth in the heart space and the soul. It's the stillness and silence and an expansive energy of not needing to do anything and not needing to be anywhere, just existing, you
That's
know.
lovely. Yes, that's lovely. That's beautiful. Actually, I think that, because we have a smaller group today, we can talk to everyone. Let's hear what everyone thinks about peace. That was beautiful, Marta the medium. Okay, Goddess Deborah, what is
I
peace to
made it.
us? You did. Thank you. Thank you for stepping out and coming back.
Um, Peace to me is it's a state of being that represents stillness, love, acceptance, non-resistance. That's
Mm,
what peace is to me. Not resisting, a state of allowing,
yes.
just a state of joy, a state of being connected to all that is.
Mhm.
That's what it feels like to me. Yeah,
Beautiful. Beautiful,
that's it.
Goddess. Thank you.
Mhm.
Goddess Pamela, what does peace mean to you, Goddess?
I think peace is physical.
Hmm.
So it's stillness within the body and the mind. And I think it's like when you know and you can trust that everything is exactly how it is meant to be. And
Mm,
just knowing that that's it. Surrender, that that's it. Yeah. So I think that's what peace is for me.
that's lovely. The energy of surrender and just let it go. Let it go.
Mm.
Beautiful, Goddess. Thank you. Goddess Seychelles. Hello, Goddess. What does peace mean to you, Goddess?
Greetings. Thank you so much, Goddess. For me, I think
You're
still.
muted or your volume's very low or muted.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yes, I'll turn you up on my side.
Okay. It should be better now. I think I turned it up way up. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you guys give a thumbs up if you can hear her? Okay, yes, we
Okay,
can.
cool. Thank you so much. So for me, peace is so important. So I gotta kind of feel into that. It's kind of like liberation to me, like really just feeling that liberation in your body that you can just be able to relax into the moment and just really feel the stillness of joy. Like, because I mean, peace is priceless. Peace is like everything. So yeah, I just think it comes from a joy and stillness of just letting go and just, yeah, just all that. That's it for
Okay.
me. Thank you.
Beautiful, Goddess. For those of you who are unable to hear her, she said, peace and letting go and stillness. Thank you. Thank you for that, Goddess. Goddess. Iya Ade. Hello, Goddess. You're muted, Goddess.
Peace, beloved.
There you are. Hello, Goddess. So, what does peace mean to you?
As I've been listening to everybody, the one thing that I keep hearing in my head is oneness with the Creator.
Mhm. Yes.
It's
Yes.
just that oneness. And I believe that all of what they have shared encompass that oneness, if that makes.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And when you were talking about rain, it's been raining here today.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, goddess. Your skin looks resplendent and magnificent. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. I've been working on surrender,
Mm.
and I've been doing a lot of my textile work because that's where I meditate. And I've been able to play in the garden. So reaping black eyed peas by the handful every day from my mom, and just doing those things give me a level of that oneness.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I'm learning to tell stories visually, not just with my words.
Yes. Well, it looks good on you, goddess. It
Thank
looks good
you.
on you. You said you've been reaping black eyed peas. Can I buy some black eyed peas from you?
If I have enough, I'm gonna send you some black eyed peas. You ain't gotta buy no black eyed peas from me.
I would love to buy, I would like to buy some. I would like to buy some. So you let me know, just a handful. If there's a handful of black eyed peas,
Okay.
okay? So let me know what the cost is just for a handful, just a handful, just a
Okay.
handful of black eyed peas.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Goddess
You must
Maduka.
know what it's like to cook fresh black eyed peas.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I confess though, usually I'm like on New Year's, but but Miss Ruby and I can use some black eyed peas to kick off the summer. So
I,
yes, absolutely. Thank you, Goddess.
you're
Maduka
welcome, beloved.
Ade. Okay, so Goddess Portia. Hello, Goddess.
Hello.
What
So
does
for
peace mean to you?
yeah, for me, peace, I want to echo what all the other goddesses said, but also adding that just based on my own life and especially recently, peace is just learning to find the joy and happiness even in the chaos. Oh man, I have been just finding so much joy in just little things lately. And I look around and it's like everything's crazy, but just finding that little bit of happiness and that little bit of joy, and sometimes it is the absolute smallest things like this cup of tea that I made last night that was delicious. It just tastes like candy and I'm like, "Oh my God, and everything in it is healthy." But yeah, it just brought me so much joy and happiness and I was able to relax. So, yeah, just a little thing sometimes.
Beautiful. I love that you
Yeah.
shared that because I think that's an important key when it comes to peace of mind for ourselves and our lives, finding joy in the tiny things. Really,
Yeah.
the little things, those little moments add up to our lives. And so oftentimes when people are wanting to call in or create something big and they focus on that and focus on the absence of, which is the opposite again of what the shaman was teaching, you know,
Yeah.
focusing on the little things like, oh my gosh, like that tea by itself, like that, what an incredible joy to have that,
Yeah.
that how many people right now in the world somewhere would love the feeling of peace to just have a cup of tea that brings them delight and tastes like candy.
Yeah.
Like how rich and abundant you must be to have the calmness, the wherewithal, the peace of mind to just be able to sit and have a cup of tea and be like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, it was so good. I was like, this is so great. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
goddess.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, goddess Portia.
Of course.
Goddess
Yeah.
Donatella, are you talking today? Let's see. I see your. Okay, maybe she's in a place where she cannot talk. Okay, if you are, then we'll come back to you, Goddess Donatella. Goddess Afriye, please share. We talked a little bit earlier, but we didn't talk about what your idea of peace is, I believe.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I love this. For me, peace is just waking up in the rising, and before you do anything at all, you just have that peace and serenity to hear the heartbeat. and align that heartbeat with the frequency of Mama Earth, the cosmic realm, the altitude of all the vastness, and just have that boom, 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 just connecting before you fall out of bed and do anything else. It's just that momentary lapse where you're just grateful and peaceful in that moment. So, and taking a deep breath, not forgetting the breath. Yeah, that's
Take a deep breath, and I missed the end of the words. What you said.
yeah,
Take
just having that peace and being grateful and taking the deep breath to allow all of that to happen, because we wouldn't be anywhere without the breath. So,
Yes, yes. Oh,
you heard
beautiful.
that. I hope you heard that.
Beautiful. Actually, I feel inspired by what you just said, that maybe in our peace calling forward today, maybe you will grace us if you feel aligned with your beautiful song stylings. I don't know what to call them.
Yes, I'd love to. My
Okay.
ousting, that's what I call it.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so after we've had everyone's piece share, we will come back to you in a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
Wonderful. What do we call them? What are they called?
I call it at the moment ousting, because I'm bringing out. I'm just ousting what's within.
Oustings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, oustings. Okay, I will attempt to remember that, but if I do not, I will call it song stylings, and you can gently correct me if it is uh wrong. So your oustings. I love that. Okay, beautiful. Goddess Sakina, I'm assuming because you're off camera that you're maybe unable to speak. If you are, or you become available, let me know in the comments and we will come back to you. Oh wait, there she is.
Hi. No, I am working. I'm sorry.
That's
Um,
okay.
so briefly, I can tell you what that means, peace for me. As you can see in the background, that was the full moon and the strawberry full moon that was. And I was down at a park and with the water and everything, it was just that to me brought so much peace just to be there and just to it's the serenity you feel, the safeness that you feel. And just like all my other goddess sisters said, pertaining to that oneness with the Almighty. So, yes.
Oh, 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 that's so beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us,
You're
Goddess.
welcome.
And don't apologize for being at work. We're glad you're at work. That's wonderful. All right. So, Goddess Keisha, I saw that you were able to unmute for a moment. Are you able to come back in?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. I turned my video on, but then I think the connection went, so I'll try. But if it disconnects, then
Hello, Goddess.
hey, hey, goddesses. So yeah, I definitely want to jump on the call and then transit in a minute. But for me, peace. I was actually just traveling and looking through the window and just looking at nature. I've got a big event tomorrow, and I was feeling very like, you've just got a long list of to do for the early start. But then just relaxing, looking through the window, looking at the sky, just brought such a serenity, and thinking about what peace means. I think about beingness, like being centered in your being, just being. Yeah, so that's what the nature's always just a reminder of things coming back and stuff.
Wait, I lost the last part of what you said.
Sorry, there's
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so I was saying, coming back home to self. So looking through the window, seeing nature like a mirror reflection, and just being at home, being centered within yourself. So for me, that's a sense of just beingness, like not trying.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Lovely. Thank you, Goddess. And we're holding a vision of your event tomorrow going off successfully, rolling out exactly the way that you're needing it to, smooth and wonderful and enjoyable and peaceful.
yeah, it's very peaceful.
Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful goddess. Thank you. Goddess, I think, let me see, is it goddess? I think goddess Monique. I think that you are up, goddess. Welcome. Happy new moon, goddess Monique.
Can remind me is it what's bringing
Sure.
me peace?
So yes, so what we're doing for new moon, goddess Monique, is that we are focusing today on creating, welcoming, acknowledging peace in the world, being the peace that we wish to see, holding a vision. So what for you is peace? We're defining what does peace mean to you?
Oh. I just did 3 days of this educational program with Bayo Akomolafe. I don't know if you know his work.
No, I don't.
He's a public intellectual and post-humanist who on the very first day told a story about Oshun. He's Nigerian. And his whole talk was about, and I'm still digesting, so when you ask me what is peace,
Yes.
that was sort of the content. And what he was saying is that sometimes we try to maintain things as they are when the world is asking to break apart. So I'm like shook right now because that's, I felt so rattled by the world, like bombing countries really bothers me.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things that I see bother me and it disturbs my peace, even though I have peace in me, but it's like I can't just stay in myself. So I guess I'm exploring the idea of what is it like to be, to not try to be, to be okay with discomfort and like have there be peace in that, like peace when my peace is disturbed. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yes.
I'm exploring like that question, what is peace for me? If it's just going to a mountaintop where there are no problems, but there are problems on the mountaintop. Or is it being in, and you might know mountaintops of which I speak, different subjects. But I'm just trying to find a peace that is not easy to define and that can accommodate a lot of inharmonious elements. I don't know.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. Yes. Yes. The discomfort, I want to highlight, you talked about the discomfort element and the inharmonious elements. Will you share with us the Oshun story that he said? And then afterward, please type his name into the comments so that we can see it.
Well, he shared the story of creation,
Ah, yes.
which you have shared with us. And so it's just how, the 15 medium, 15 gods, I saw Mart to the medium, the 15 gods, male gods made the world and nothing worked. And they went back to the creator, Olodumare, and he was like, well, where's the woman? And he told it in a very beautiful way from a male perspective.
Yeah, I'm curious, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
because I haven't heard it I don't think from a male perspective. I think so it's interesting. So please go ahead.
So yeah, he said that, and he narrated everything. Like he's like, so they went to the god Olodumare, and he said, well, where's the woman? And they said, well, we didn't think she had very much to offer at this time, so we didn't include her. And he was like, well, that's the problem. You need her or nothing flows. And he said, the rains won't come, mother's milk will dry up, men's semen will dry up. Like he elaborated all the things that were not going to work without Oshun. And when they went to her and they said, okay, we need you to help us with this. And she said, now you know that you have to remember me when times are difficult and you have to come back to me in hard times. You have to seek me in these moments when the world is dry and breaking apart and things like that. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, Goddess Monique.
Thank you.
Please type his name in the comments for us. Let me just make sure that we got everyone's idea of peace? I think we did. If you're here and I didn't call on you for whatever reason, just let me know in the comments and we will come back to you. And so if you're just joining us, if you came in late, we're talking about creating a vision for peace and praying for peace in a way that we wouldn't usually think of praying for peace. That when we acknowledge praying for something, we are acknowledging the gap and the separation and the fact that there is not peace. And instead, we are bridging that space with the energy of praying peace, living peace, being at peace, and then emanating that and living that and walking in that. So it was very important for us in that to talk about what peace actually is. So then we have a starting point and an energy to draw from. And it's very interesting that within that the cards that we pulled, like it may seem like, well, why wouldn't we just pull a card? Why didn't, one of the peace related cards come up? And it makes sense that, and I actually didn't even acknowledge when we talked about Oshun cleansing rain, that the whole story that I told was about praying rain in Belize with the shaman. That was the whole story, and the whole lesson emanated from praying rain instead of praying for rain. And then the energy of listening to each other, the emphasis and the energy that came forward of listening to each other, which is what creates in so many of these situations, as we see that's going on in the world, the disharmony. I'm going to read again: ocean of correspondence, communication, listening, and conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. But if we take the lesson of the shaman, it's taking it a step further, again, with the energy of, instead of healing the wound, going to a place where the wound never existed, the spiritual plane and spiritual energy where there is no wound. There is no wound. Yes, Goddess Deborah?
I thought I heard you say something because I kind of came in a little bit, but if the shaman was talking about, see, for me, now that I've had a spiritual awakening, you just put something into context for me because I have carried the weight of humanity, I feel like all the time I have, but now that I know, I don't want to minimize the experience that is happening in the world to people because it's suffering, it's war, it's all of those. I don't want to minimize that. But I think I heard you say that we should be in the energy of that it does not exist. Am I saying that correct? Because that's where I try to lean myself. That gives me peace to know that this is elusive, that things are not really happening, like they're happening, but it's an illusion, right? And sometimes I struggled with that. So I'm glad to hear you say what the shaman was saying, because I don't want to not acknowledge what's going on in the world in terms of how it impacts people. But if I listen, if I get it correctly, if I understand it correctly, all of this is an illusion. It's an illusion. So I don't want to get caught up in the illusion. I want to be where the shaman said to be, to not be praying like there's a gap between us praying for peace, then we are saying that it doesn't even exist. And we can be that peace. We represent that. Is that, you following me, Goddess?
Yes, I absolutely am. I think that
You
it
are.
links back to, Goddess Monique offered, I think, a very important piece in exactly what you're talking about the dichotomy between,
Yes.
holding the space of, of course, of love and compassion and, looking at the horror, the sheer horror of things that are happening. And at the same time, as healers, as spiritual teachers, because if you go into the space where, I firmly believe that everyone has different roles,
Yes.
right? So there are some people that are politicians, there are some people that are healers, there's some people that are on the front lines, there's some people that are physically feeding people, there's some, everyone has different roles. What we are doing here is we're speaking specifically to people who have felt tapped on the shoulder as a spiritual teacher, healer, shaman, someone who's holding that energy. So it's a different assignment. You see, it's a different assignment. It's just a different assignment. And so it's the assignment of holding space in a way that, because you are, as an empath, a teacher, a healer, a very porous person, like we are very porous individuals, that if we gave ourselves over to the illusion of what is on the news, we would be dysfunctional. Every single person here would be unable to function, to move forward, and so it is simultaneously having the power to hold the vision and say that it's all an illusion, that it absolutely is an illusion, but not in a way that you wouldn't go to a mother grieving that someone has bombed her home and tell her that it's an illusion, right? That would cause harm. That would be from a place of privilege of us being able to even sit here and have this conversation, to cause harm to another individual. You see what I'm saying? Or to people who are dealing with things that are very real, that are happening in their lives.
Yes,
But
God
in
is
order to
Abiola.
heal, yes, but in order to heal, in order to, to, as the shaman was saying, that in order to heal or bring forward water, rain, in that aspect, that if we all lamented the fact that, oh my God, there's no rain in this region, we're here in a drought, we're here, that he was teaching that we would all be lost then, because we've now given way to the illusion, and we've made it real, right, in a way that, even if we think about in the aspect of physics, which is why I wanted to write this book about, dealing with like the universal laws in physics.
Yes.
It's something does not exist until it's acknowledged, that particles do not exist until they're acknowledged. So if we look at that on a spiritual plane, the more that we focus on disease, the more that we focus on the things that we do not want, the more those things are hardened into reality on a micro level in our lives, and on a macro level in the world as well. Right? So
I just want to say, yeah, you are right. And me reading this book, this is helping me. It's giving me this perspective, and everything is coming full circle. And I just wanted to say that because I have to separate myself. A part of what peace is knowing the truth for me, is being connected and being expanding myself to hold the space for other people. I am so very compassionate, but I'm like, this is not really happening. I cannot, because you're right. I would lose it. I would, but I'm not going to, because I have to hold space. I'm not going to lose it. It's not going to, it won't be lost for me anymore. I'm going to, I came here for a purpose. So I kind of wanted to just say that, just to make sure that I feel like I'm on the right track. But of course, you're my coach. I want to hear confirmation.
Yes, and I
from
also
you.
want to acknowledge, Goddess Deborah, that, at the same time, this is the dichotomy nature of it, that as, people who are here in Earth School, that there may be days when you do lose it and say,
It
oh
is.
my God, this is horrible, this is awful, and you're hysterical, and you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, that your
You're right.
humanity, it doesn't require you denying your humanity.
Yeah, you're right. Because there's sometimes when I'm leaning into allowing myself to have that feeling. If it becomes heavy, like it's weighty, the world is weighty because I feel that, I allow myself. I used to beat up on myself. I'm like, gosh, you got to be stronger than this. You can't cry anymore. But that is not true. That is not me.
That
I
is not
feel
true.
the weight of humanity. So, but
Yeah.
I'm not letting it get me to the point where I get caught up in the illusion. So I really appreciate this. This is good stuff. Always good stuff.
Yes,
Thank
it's really important. It's not losing ourselves to the illusion. And maybe
you.
that's
Yes.
also why we pulled
So
Oshun's cleansing rain, right? So not losing ourselves in the tears, the breakdown, the depression, the potential of whatever it is, you know, it's you having the let me give an example. So I have a an older family member who is a nurse. She lives in Toronto, and I remember when my mom and I visited her a year ago or a couple of years ago for a family funeral. She keeps the news on all the time. Like she even goes to sleep with like hearing like the news like all the time. And as a result, like she's just very anxious and on edge. And I was thinking, like, I can't imagine her like being my nurse, like, because she's like her energy is just, and she's a beautiful, wonderful human being. She's watching the news because she cares, but that is the steady diet of what she is feeding herself. And so that's all that she can put out. She can't put out the energy of peace because it's the same thing. If you squeeze an orange juice comes out because that's what's inside. So if you squeeze us, what's going to come out is what's inside. So if you're feeding yourself with things that are not of peace, then that's all that you have that can come out. And if you are here in this circle and we're here together, it's because there is something that you are called forward to do that requires that you are able to hold the energy simultaneously of these people fucked up the world and this is like horrible to witness and this is awful and sad, but coming with the loving energy of, okay, wait, that's an illusion. That's an illusion. It's there is either love or fear. That's the energy of fear, and I'm going to choose to exist in the energy of love. I'm going to choose to, the word Maya means illusion. I'm going to choose to not give myself over to the illusion and live with them in the illusion of fear and how horrible it is and how horrible things are, while pretending that things can change from that energy. That's why a war on drugs never worked. Growing up in New York, I can tell you it never worked. Like it cannot work because the focus is the drugs. Right? So if there's a war on drugs, that can't work. You cannot heal from that place. You cannot have, the energy of well-being and health and love and people feeling good about themselves. Like that's a different, so anything you declare war on, you have that energy, that's the focus. So instead, having a focus of peace, right? Not praying for rain, praying rain, praying with the alignment of rain, praying with the alignment of love, of well-being, of health, of abundance, of food, of whatever it is, praying in the energy of that, which is ultimately love. All of the things that we want are in the love column. So if we don't know where to focus and how to focus, just lean into love. If the idea of peace feels too elusive, lean into the energy of love. Just let it be love, the acknowledgement of love. Let it be that.
I'm so excited that Sister Deborah said that about the illusion, because
Yes.
yesterday my sister was all in a tizzy about all of what's going on, and and I was like, it's happening. We still can't get caught up in the energy of it.
Yes.
Sometimes I have a lot of the people around me are Christian. And sometimes I look at them and I'm going, wait a minute. Why? You should know that this is an illusion. You should know that this is not real. You should know that there's a greater plan and process happening here. You should know. not to say and frame your words that way. And I'm just like, okay, just stop. But the other thing I wanted to say, I'm glad she brought up, is while I'm not reading the book, I am still operating out of the perspective that I'm in Barbados.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And I'm using the sex energy to create the things that I want
Yes.
to do. So thank
Yes.
you for that. And Sister Monique, I also want to thank you for sharing the story of Oshun, because what they did is they were mistreating Oshun. My godfather was Yoruba, so we got the stories.
Yes.
And he's like, Oshun said, "Oh, you gonna disrespect me? Okay, watch this. I'm going back home, sit next to Daddy, drink me some tea.
Good luck with that. She said, good luck with
Good
that.
luck with that. Let me see if it works for you." And not only did she say, once they had to acknowledge her, she's like, "Okay, God, if I go back, this is what I'm gonna need. They're gonna have to treat me like the royal girl that I is."
Yes. Yes. And she said, don't let it happen again.
And don't get it twisted.
And don't get it twisted. And
Because
don't
she
get it.
actually walked on the earth, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All of
Yes.
it.
I know. I was gonna ask. I feel her energy different. Okay, good. All right.
Yes.
All of
She
these
actually.
Her ancestor, yes, that there was a king named Shango, and she was one of his queen consorts. Yes, she walked this earth. She's a deified
I knew it.
She's a
Okay.
deified ancestor.
so bad.
Oh
He
my
had
God.
Say that again. We didn't hear you, Ade. Say that one more time.
Shango had Oya and June.
Yes. And no, and there's a third. He had Oba as well.
That's right.
He had 3 wives. Yes.
3 wives.
Yes. Yes. I'm writing about them right now for my book for next year. And the interesting thing is, I love that you said that your Baba goddess Ade did share this, Pataki did share this story, because actually my godfather did not. I only heard it from my godmothers. So it's very interesting. And I love that, the specific way that, Goddess Monique heard and shared this story, with including like, okay, if you then talking to men like, okay, you see the semen's gonna dry up, they're like, oh, okay, wait, we better
We get our mind right.
we don't want that.
Father being Nigerian, is he was of the Ijebu people. So when we did Ceremony of Ceremonies, we also got the stories of other ancestors who have been deified for the things that they have done, like Maury me, like understanding why we don't suck our teeth, like those kind of things. Understood the story of sucking teeth.
Yes.
That's a good way to cuss somebody.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you, Goddess Ade. Goddess Monique said, we definitely kiss our teeth, though.
Yes, no matter where we are on this earth.
Yep. 1 zillion %. 1 zillion %. Okay, so Goddess Donatella, you've turned your camera on. Are you able to share now your what peace means to you?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I have been listening to the call while I was cooking. Cooking my dinner. Is almost 9 o'clock here in Italy. So for me, peace. And when Goddess Ade shared that peace is, the oneness with God, it really resonated with me. So peace is the stillness. My dog is just stolen some food.
Dog is like, I'll show you what peace means to me. Where's my dinner? The dog is like.
So peace is holding this tranquility, this serenity, this harmony, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's going on in our life. And it's like breathing. It's like a breathing space. And it's even like the dream status. Well, actually, in the past, it was like normal. A few years ago, it was normal to have peace. You know, it was like, it wasn't like this with all of these different strange dynamics going on in the world. But now it feels like with these dynamics, peace is a dream state, the dream state that we want to create, that we want to manifest, that we are tapping into. I'm tapping into this peace right now, and I want to shift what's going on in the world with my dream state. This is what I want to go back to, what I have experienced before, and this is what I want to recreate and just spread it. And what I share in the chat, for me, it is important to know what's going on in the world, because what's going on in the world are facts. I try not to get dragged into the story, into the details, into the little horrible things, and into the emotion. But we need to know what's going on in the world. We can't just dig our head in the sand and just imagine that everything is okay when it's not. But we can recreate we can contribute to a different and better world with our magic, with what we know. We can do that. We can contribute to a better world for our children, for our families, with our energy, with what we are choosing. Basically, this is what I just wanted to share. I hope it makes sense.
It does make sense. It absolutely does make sense. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I want to go back. Actually, I just thought of something I wanted to add on to what Goddess Deborah shared when it comes to peace and dealing with fear and the world around you and the things that are happening, and whether to fear, to pretend, the energy of pretending that it's not happening. It's not the energy of pretending. Right? It's the energy of choosing which vibration you're going to spend your time in. So it's an important distinction, right? It may feel like semantics, but it's an important distinction to make for your nervous system, for your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I see them and I acknowledge them. And if you feel called to go to the front lines of something or to donate in any way, donate time, donate energy, donate whatever, like all of those things we can do as well. All of those things we can do as well. Okay, so that's important. Yes, Goddess Ade just said it's both. It's not just one or the other. Exactly. Well said. Well said. Okay, so let's just hold a vision together. All right, so before we close, let's close our eyes. And just allow in this beautiful new moon energy, new moon in Cancer energy, let's just breathe. It all comes back to the breath. Nice big inhale. And exhale. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Now I want you to just feel into right now, into your body and into the space that you are physically occupying. Just let your body just sink into the chair or ground beneath you and sit in a place of comfort. Feel into the energy of comfort, of peace, of well-being. In this moment, no matter what is going on, you are safe. And it is safe for you to be safe. And so feel into that. Feel into the energy of knowing that you are loved, that you are safe, that you are abundant enough to have this moment, this time to spend here with this circle, a device to be able to connect with. Feel into that energy. You are healthy enough to be able to listen and communicate. Feel into that. The energy of being loved, of being safe, of being healthy, of being wealthy, of being wise. Feel into that. Allow that energy to course through your body, from your feet all the way up to your crown and all the way back down. Allow the energy of love and peace, health, and well-being to move up from your feet, up to your root chakra, from the area of your butt, booty, thighs, up through your sacral chakra, your reproductive region, up through your navel chakra, the energy of your belly button area, up, up, up through your heart chakra region, up to your throat chakra energy, including your ears to listen, your mouth to speak, up, up, up through your third eye chakra, where you receive your intuitive guidance in the center of your forehead region, up through your ori, your crown chakra energy, the top of your head, feeling this energy of love, health, abundance, joy, happiness, and well-being. And now see this energy surrounding you, your aura. See this energy rich and nourishing all around your body. And I want you to extend that energy out and surround your home with it. There are other people who live in your house or who are in your house currently, or pets. Feel this energy of love, expand it out, share it with them, whether they're home or not, so that each person who crosses your threshold feels this energy of love. It's emanating from your heart. It's emanating from your root. It's emanating from your sacral chakra. It's emanating from your womb space, whether you have a womb or not. It's emanating from your throat chakra in the words that you speak. It's emanating from your belly button, where you were originally connected to the source that bore you. It's emanating from your third eye chakra, as you are connected to the energy of the source of all that is. And it's emanating from your crown. Push that energy of love out throughout your household. If the people you live with, if the people that you love are not in your household, extend that energy to them now. And push that energy of love out so that it surrounds your entire block, your entire general neighborhood. Push it out so that it expands around your town. Feel the energy of love surrounding your town, surrounding the people who live and work in your town on a daily basis, who may be just passing through. Let them feel this burst of love, this burst of peace, this burst of well-being, this burst of everything is okay, this burst of energy that says that they are safe and it is safe for us to be safe, this energy that says that they are loved and it is safe for us to be loved, this energy that says that they are healthy and it is safe for us to be healthy, this energy that says that we are prosperous and it is safe for us to have prosperity, the energy that says that we are taken care of and it is safe for us to be provided for. Allow this energy of love, of peace, of well-being, of joy, of happiness to expand now into the region that you live in. In the US, we call it a state, but it may be called something else where you live. Allow this energy to expand into the region that you live in, an energy of peace and well-being, an energy of surrender, an energy of all is well, an energy of non-attachment, an energy of knowing that we are safe and it is safe to be safe. Push and expand this energy of peace and love and well-being out, out, out around your country. Hold your country in a vision of peace. Hold your country in a vision of well-being. Hold your country in a vision of safety. Hold your country in a vision of knowing that all is well, that it is safe for us to be safe, that it is safe for us to be loving and loved. Hold your country in a vision of knowing that it is safe for us to be, period. Safe for us to be, safe for us to live and laugh and walk around and take care of the people that we love, that it is safe for us to be safe. Hold your country in a vision of love and well-being and prosperity and peace, joy and happiness. See this golden energy of love radiating from your heart around your country. Your heart connecting with the hearts of those around your country. Feel the energy expanding. Love has no bounds. You may see this energy as green healing energy. You may also see it as pink or perhaps a violet flame. See this energy of love expanding around your country. Love is more powerful than any other force that exists. Hold that vision of love. Know that there is an abundance of love. There's enough to go around. There is enough love. There's enough well-being. There's enough peace. There's enough food. There's enough to go around. There's enough safety to go around. Expand and hold that vision of love for your country. Love is all there is. Love is all there is. Hold that vision. Hold that vision of love and now push it out around the globe. Push it out around Gaia, around Mother Earth, to all of her children of all ages and experiences. Push the energy of love and healing to those who may have forgotten. Push the energy of love, healing, well-being, health, joy, happiness. Push forward the energy, the remembrance that we are all in this together. Push forward the energy that we are all our sisters and our brothers' keepers, that we are all together in this journey as human beings, no matter what our experience is, no matter what someone's race, gender, ethnicity, expression of any sort is, no matter what language they speak, no matter the color of their skin, no matter their religion, no matter their their class, no matter whatever their education level, push forward the energy of love and healing, wellness, joy, happiness, love, and peace that we all deserve. The energy of enoughness, the energy of abundance. Push it all around the globe and hold it. See smiling faces as people are hit with your love beam. Push it up, 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 and out into the energy of the dark moon, the new moon, and allow the new moon to help you to share and spread this energy of love around the globe. Push the energy out and around and allow our energy of peace and well-being to connect with each other as a global sisterhood and expand and hold. And just breathe into that. Breathe into the energy of peace. All humans deserve peace. Breathe into the energy of health and wellness. All of us deserve health and wellness. Breathe into the energy of love. All humans deserve the energy of love. Breathe into the energy of joy and happiness. All humans deserve the energy of joy and happiness. And allow your energy to connect now with every living being on this planet. Make them each a vessel of love and peace and well-being, prosperity and happiness, health and joy. Allow your energy now to come back to yourself, knowing that all who you touch today will remain touched by your love. All who you touch today will remain touched by your energy of peace and well-being. All that you touch today will remain touched by your energy of abundance and wealth, your energy of happiness and joy. Call all of your energy home to your heart now. Call all of your energy home to your body consciousness now. Calling all parts of ourselves back home to ourself now. Knowing that you have created a shift today. You have made a difference today. There's someone somewhere today that said, woo, I don't know what that is, but that was something that I needed. And what they felt was your heart. What they felt was you. Calling all parts of ourselves back home to ourselves now. Calling all parts of ourselves back home to ourselves now. Calling all parts of ourselves back home to ourselves now. You have created a shift in the world, and all who you have touched cannot unknow the shift that you have created. Calling all parts of ourselves back home to our hearts now. Allow yourself to feel back into your body, knowing that you are whole, that you are complete, that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you are deserving, and that you are a spark of bright light on this planet. You are necessary. And what a joy it is that you exist. And when you're feeling ready to do so, please open your eyes and come back into the present moment. Beautiful. Beautiful. And so, Goddess Afriye, we will begin the next time with your beautiful offerings, your voice. We will allow that to be a beacon to lead us forward. Thank you, my beautiful goddess healers, for joining me today on this journey of peace. We have made a difference. Know that just as sure as you are in Barbados. And the Barbados today was the peace, being the peace that you wish to be in the world. Love you, goddesses.
Love you so much, goddesses. Thank you, Aviola. You are the best, sister.
Thank you, goddess. Deep down to
Thanks,
you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Peace, goddesses. Everybody have a
Thank
divine
so
you.
beautiful. Thank you.